Good morning, folks. Yes, getting one of the greatest morning shows, Street Savvy, the podcast. Mm-mm-mm. Well, the weather looks 39. Okay. He's going to average 30, 32. Yes, folks, the weather's going to be a little different. I remind you, folks, dress warm out there. Every morning this week is going to average at least at least 20 to 16 degrees in the morning. Afternoon, very fair. That has been all week. It's going to be in the 30s, mid 30s. That's every day this week. So, folks, please go out there and bundle up. Please go out there and bundle up. We don't want you getting sick. We definitely don't want you doing that. We need you healthy, folks, for all causes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. There we go. Let's make it light in the studio. Camera's turning up. There we go. There we go, folks. Right there. Sorry for the misconstruing. Yes, good morning. We got a great topic for you guys this morning. Nice, lovely topic. We got some news that's trending. As again, I'm Jay Works, the host of Street Savvy, the podcast. And great show. We got a good one for you this morning, this lovely morning. Folks, if you're going out in the weather, I'm going to recap what I said early. If you're going out, please bundle up. Please keep your scarves and hats and some gloves on. Zip your jacket up. The weather's going to start off fairly in the early 20s to 30s. It's gonna dip 15 degrees below every night, or 10 to 15 degrees every night. In the next 5 to 6, 7 days, it's gonna average 32 degrees all week, folks. So make sure you dress in some proper attire and try to have a thermal on if you're going out, man. Thermal is the best thing. I remember my dad used to always make sure he had thermal, and I try to do the same thing with my children as well. Have thermal out there and keep yourself warm, and always keep something in your system, as well as my morning coffee. So I will be getting the morning coffee this morning. Well, it's not just coffee, folks. Is the coffee grounded up with a lot of different mushrooms, and it's pretty supposed to eat all the toxins in your body. It's supposed to shape you up, make you use the bathroom more, which is a good thing. I think, so that's what I drink in the morning. It's pretty good. I guess it's sweeping the nation. So I hear. Sorry, folks. So I hear. So how you guys morning? Talk to me. Let's go out there. How you guys morning? I got my Bee Gees playing in the studio this morning. Yes, we do. Delicious as can be. How many of you folks drink coffee in the morning? Talk to me, folks. How many of you guys drink coffee in the morning? Guess not. Well, how you doing, Miss Cruz? Good morning. We got a great show. Great topic. We want to get in some real humor about yourself. The topic this morning is, why should you live for someone else? and we're gonna recap some stories. Then we're gonna get into the topic. Okay, folks, we're gonna get started. My producer just handed me some preliminary news on some migrants. Well, they done caught one of the 10 suspects. Several suspects are shooting a cop. Allegedly, they said it was migrants. It was an adolescent, teenage boy. Folks, this thing is going, whoa, it's getting out of hand with these migrants doing what they want, you know, saying things that's out the ordinary, especially to black and brown community, like the black and brown community did something to them. But some people say that's what the government want, allegedly. They said the government want a lot of the migrants to get in the settlement and get for votes, and it's causing a turmoil around the whole country. Um, the crime rate has went up on every migrant they investigated, even known about. 45% since 2020, since 2001, extra 15%, and it's ridiculous. The numbers are just astonishing. Um, in the last physical month, 1,709 migrants has been charged either petty crimes or smaller version of not a federal, not on the federal level, definitely on the federal level. Yeah, yeah, go figure. Misdemeanors, small petty misdemeanors, and it's been charged over a year. And some is over at least 5 to 10%. It's 80.8% more getting charged in a 5 year misdemeanor to a felony. So, in a census report, it says 9.5 crime rate in these cities that are migrants in has went up 9.5%. Folks, that's too alarming. It's too alarming. Um, how many do you agree with a lot of the folks in the United States saying the migrants need to go back where they came from? How many of you guys agree? Hit me with it. Um, in the United States, since 2020, it's been in around the world. Migrants have migrated to different countries. It's been 281 million migrants in a country that they wasn't born in. And 48% of that are women migrating. So some of us think it's an illegal things going on. They get in these countries, and they are terrorist cells. How many of you folks believe it's terrorist cells? Allegedly, that some of these migrants. And with the women, my opinion, it's much easier to get along with people than men are as far as being a migrant. Here in upstate New York, in a certain hotel up in Syracuse, I'm not gonna put that name out there, but they are renting to 80 to 124 rooms for long-term guests with families and friends, and children with medical workers, they're medical workers, Amazon workers, and other businesses working on veterans apartments and things of that in nature. So, too much said victim, I mean veterans. So, folks, alarming number, alarming a number. You know, yes, I do too. Yeah, I mean, the government right now. I don't care what side you on. Red, blue, right wing, left wing. The government's in a lot of motherfucking bad shit right now. Excuse my language. The government is incrementing things they should have never did. Fact. Allegedly. These migrants are wreaking havoc on these cities, especially New York, all throughout the South. We haven't heard too much far as on a violent level like they're doing up here up north. But I think it's a real serious issue. And it's gonna keep on going. Because they don't like the government's trying to stop anything. And if they are, it ain't in the public eye. The New Yorkers are asking for the mayor to step down. They're asking for the governor to be more steadfast on what she's talking about for prosecuting these migrants for these heinous crimes they're committing on cops and regular civilians in our state. It's a crisis. It's really a crisis. And all in all, we got poor people here who's been poor all their life, homeless people, poor for several years, and more to come. And you don't gave millions of dollars, billions of dollars to these migrants. And here in America, on our own soil, poverty is 15 to 20% higher than it was a year before. Homelessness is even double the rate, the 55%, and it's 70% children, 76% children. The numbers is crazy. It's astronomical. And yet it's still, we helping with wars overseas. We putting our nose in other businesses. And then you got the migrants flooding our southern and northern borders, cutting across the country, wreaking havoc. Now, allegedly, do we know if these people are terrorist cells? Do we know if they're going to wreak havoc on a lot of our systems, our way of living, our way of life, things of that nature? So we don't know. So, folks, be aware of that. We will report more on that story. I want to hit a story we reported on about 3 weeks ago, which is dear to my heart. Dear to my heart. And I want to get into it. It's about human trafficking. The numbers as much astonishing in my head as anything else, as in black and black crime as well. I'm gonna tell you folks something. I was just outside before I got on this platform, minutes, watching my kids get on the bus, watching my son wait on the bus, not even feet away from the door. And I felt uncomfortable not being outside with him, so I went outside so I could feel much comfortable. Because in my mind, these people already have a mindset of what they want to do to people who's living in a free world, who's minding their business, who's trying to conduct a really good day at work or going to school for education. They want to abduct them for sex trafficking or whatever they're doing. And I refuse to let my kid be a victim. I refuse to let your kid be a victim of sex trafficking or whatever have you, these people grabbing them, snatching them for. I'm ready to speak about it. And I want to make you guys aware of the astonishing numbers that's going on online, the alarming rate between boys and girls, men and women, or women and men, as well as black and brown community. Because the black and brown community is one of the most communities that has no fear of such of a situation like that occurring. And maybe they do, but we have whispers. But all in all, we need to be prepared too, folks. Let me give you some astonishing numbers that you can look up online yourself. 15,000 to 50,000 women and children gets forced into sex slavery in the United States every year. Every year. 15 to 50,000 women and children get forced into sex slavery every year. The number is horrific. So when I say things like that, when I talk, because it's compelling what comes out of this mouth of mine, folks, That means we got to take more care of our children, going to school, sending them to stores, having them in parks. Make sure when they at them bus stops, don't have them earplugs in. Don't have them in. If you're going to have one in, at least have one. Don't have your hoodie half mast. Have a scully on. Try to make sure somebody's aware that you outside, that your bus is coming in minutes. If you're a student on one of these American campuses or any campus around the world, try to have 2 or 3 people with you at all times. Try to have a flashlight. Try to have a 5-finger knife or a can of spray, mace, a little billy club, anything that protect yourself from being abducted. Try to have 2 cell phones on you at all times. Try to have 911 speed dial. Try to have Siri on your phone. So if you can't dial and scream out something, you can say, Siri, hey, I'm being abducted. What street, what address? Things of that nature. They can send the police. Anything smart. Anything that gets your mind at ease in case something ever go down. I know Americans, we are crazy and lackadaisy with things like this. We all are. But unfortunately, we got to be aware of our children, our loved ones, and even ourselves. I'm a man. When I go outside, I try not to have too many bags with me. Try not to put too much stuff in the back seat to have my back leaned over. I try to make sure my door is locked at all times because you don't know what these people are capable of doing. Human trafficking is one of the biggest and lucrative thing in the world today. Not just in America, not just overseas, on 7 continents. Human trafficking is huge. It's huge in all American sports. It's huge in anything you can name of. So, folks, please protect your loved ones and your friends and family from this atrocious thing that's going around. And listen, and take heed to safety measures. Period. Talk to your local law enforcement or your local government on what to do on a situation when a situation occurs. And practice it. I tell you, in between boys and young girls being abducted for sexual activities, in between 10 victims abducted globally, 5 are adults and 2 are younger girls. Since 2021, United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime, the number is astonishing. 7 out of 7 to 10 traffic women and little girls. That's crazy. And in between and Black and brown community and 7 to 10 people abducted is 7 Black and brown abducted more than anyone else. So, folks, we have to pay attention to our loved ones, to where we going, and even in the supermarkets. If you park far away from the door and and the parking lot is dark, park up under a light, park near a camera light, park near where someone can see you. Try to have your car alarm on. Try to have your phone light on all times when you're outside. Those are one of the safety measures. And always try to have 911 on speed dial. So that's the recovery news we want to do with you and recap. And let's get to the topic of the day, folks. The topic of the day. By the way, that's the Bee Gees in the background. I am not the owner. I am not permitted or any music or copyright music you're hearing behind me, but I love listening to it on the show. That's right. I'm not responsible for the copyrights to this music or the video as well. And that's the Bee Gees. I love them, folks. Go out and get the Bee Gees albums. They're a great American band group. Wrote a lot of great music in the 80s and the 90s. They're well-rounded. I think it's still one member still living in the Bee Gees. Don't quote me on that, allegedly, but great voices. Great voices. And as well as you see me with the outfit on. PD Code Clothing Apparel presents PD Code Sportswear. Go get it on, folks. Shopify.com, PD Code, and PDCodeClothingApparel.com. That's the website. Check it out. Buy a sweatsuit. Buy a turtleneck. Buy a crew neck, buy a whole sweatsuit, socks, underwear as well, pillows as well. And the soap is coming to a city near you. PD Code, clothing and apparel, new sportswear. Great. Okay, folks, listen. The topic is, why should you love someone, live for someone else? Excuse me, live for someone else. Let's go, America. Talk to me. Talk to me about this. Please. I want to hear what you guys got to say about why should you live for someone else? Yeah, love is such a beautiful thing. Yes, it is. Love is definitely a beautiful thing. Come on, folks, talk to me. Well, I'm going to start by saying this. God put us on this earth for a reason. For a job to be well done, for a job to be taken care of, for the nurture, helpful, respectful, help others that can't be helped, be lovable, be caring, be approachable. A lot of those things are sorts of coming from the heart. And by living like that, you live for others. You live vicariously through people. You love your spouse, your children, co-workers, business partners, constituents, family members, immediate family members, people you meet on an everyday basis. You start living for other things in life besides for yourself. Is it good? Is it great to do that? That's your opinion. That's one's opinion. Some people lean on that. Some people take that kindness for weakness, especially in our society. People don't understand that you love them from the heart. You love from the ability to love and like and take care of them. And eventually living vicariously to live through them, live with them, live for them in certain areas of their life that they may not know. They may be a little shadowed over it, of things of that nature. So saying that, it depends. It truly do. It depends whether is that your focus on life is living for other folks. Me, for instance, I've been having kids. I've been having kids since I'm 15 years old. Literally. I've been living for other human beings, other souls, more than me. I've been having to put food on the table, nurture, take care, survive, pay child support, discipline, conversate, talk, loving, caring, sharing, believing. Have to stand up for what I think is right in every which way with fashion. I feel like every day in my life, I'm saving a life. Every day I live, I'm saving other lives. And I tell you, my main big thing is, too, with that, is leaving my babies behind. God forbid anything happened to me. My last 4 children I've been around personally as their dad. I'm there for them more. I'm giving them more. I'm a better man with these children. I'm seeing them grow from high school to college, from elementary to middle school, work ethics, teaching them household chores, how to cleanse their things around them, how to cleanse their knowledge, how to focus on them, how to focus on growth as being a young adult, letting them be a young adult, letting them be a teenager, letting them be a young adult, letting them grow into a life and a body and mind of their own, just like their organs as well. It's hard sometimes. But by the truth of God, that's all I can do for one is to keep teaching, keep preaching, keep helping, keep loving. And last but not least, keep living for other folks. If that's meaning so generational wealth, teaching that, laying the law down of discipline of themselves, make sure they respect themselves and others as well as I taught them, well as they see me doing it for other people, and to be very patient with life in general, because life can throw you some curveballs. Whoever you're living for, yourself, your wife, your business, your fan base, your music career, your work career, anything it have you is uh, being a caretaker, being in the military, being a doctor, being a lawyer, being a podcaster, being a YouTuber, being a strong businessman and woman around the country. You still living for other folks, no matter what you say. And if you are, if you not, that's cool too. It's good to live in the boundaries you need to live on. And I'm gonna say this, folks. Stop living amongst your means. Live amongst your means. Be rich in your heart and your soul and your body and mind. Because being rich is not everything. You already rich, baby. You already rich in your mind and your soul. You know why? You have life. You have things you want around you, which is your kids, and so much as your family or your loved one or your spouse. You're breathing. You're willing to teach daily. You're willing to respect and to get more knowledge to this world daily. Some folks can't do none of that. Everything you're free to do today is people in this world, millions, can't do what you do. I'm not talking about incarcerated people. Some people who's living everyday life like you, breathing the same air. So to me, you're already rich. Now, when you want to be comfortable, go out and make and build and save on being comfortable and rich to the fact that you don't want for nothing. And if you don't got it, you don't need it. This is my words. And I tell you, folks, it just don't bring joy to you. It brings a moment of soul and honesty, and privately, you keep doing what you're doing. Someone have to tell you that. That happens. Someone tell you to love, to want love, to nurture somebody, to want to take care of someone else. I'm blessed for today, folks. Today is February 13th, 2024. Today is my wife, Lakeisha Works' birthday. So if you guys see my wife, friends with my wife on social media, or not, wish her happy birthday. We have been through a lot of things in our lives together in the last 20 years or so. And she would probably agree with me on the same level. The most important thing we ever did was, in our lives, is raise our children together. And that's why I pay homage to this woman. God bless you, honey, and happy birthday. Enjoy every minute. I'm going to be there with you as long as you let me. God bless. And folks, I'm going to end this with saying, if you're living for someone, which means kids, loved ones, spouse, friends, family, constituents, whoever, let it be through your heart. Not through anguish, not through disrespect, not because you're trying to show somebody something or prove something. Do it through your heart, do it through your eyes, do it through God's hands. God bless America. Make sure you subscribe and like and share every moment of Street Savvy, the podcast. I'm Jay Works. Have a great day, America. Don't forget tonight's show, maybe 8:30 p.m. or 8 on YouTube TV and also Facebook Live. God bless you, folks. And don't forget to check out the comic show, late night, Talking Trash with Jay Works. God bless.